Hello and welcome to my channel, I Win to Lose Gaming. Today's video, I'm just going to show you Mihoyo's really interesting design choice when it comes to Baizhu and how honestly, he got the short end of the stick. So a quick channel update. I know a lot of y'all might have seen that I've been making Honkai Star Rail content, and don't worry, I will absolutely still make plenty of Genshin Impact videos for the foreseeable future. It is still my main game, and I will be making videos for both games to the best of my abilities moving forward. It's just that I feel like lately Genshin Impact has taken a bit of the back seat in terms of content in comparison to Honkai Star Rail, but I've been having a blast with both these games and you'll see me keep making videos for both of them. Anyway, the main content for this video is about Baizhu. Now, this isn't a video to hate on Baizhu because I actually do like him a lot. He's a lot prettier than I expected and I think he's actually a great quality of life character, but Mihoyo did kind of screw him over. So how is this the case? Well, let's start by taking a look at his constellations. Normally at constellation 0 or 1, you have to use his elemental burst in order to get his off-field dendro application, which is a very important part of his kit. However, Baizu's constellation 2 actually allows him to apply dendro off-field, as long as any on-field ally hits an enemy once every 5 seconds. It even provides a tiny bit of healing, but honestly not much. And for many situations, this once every 5 seconds off-field additional dendro application is a nice bonus, but you're still missing out on the significant damage buff from his passive, the shielding, a lot more healing from using his elemental burst. So yeah, his constellation 2, while pretty good, still hasn't quite reached the point of me making this video. But this is where things actually get really comical, and that's his constellation 6. Baizhu generates a shield once every 5 seconds while he's off-field, and it's one of his burst shields. So this means that you're gaining the benefits from his passive and the off-field dendro application. That's right, you literally wail to not actually use Baizhu at all. The only remaining reason to actually bring him on field is to use his elemental burst in order to gain the 80 elemental mastery from his constellation 4, which I tested doesn't appear to apply to his constellation 6's shields that get created. So, in other words, Baizhu is going to be very, very situationally ever swapped on field for speedrunners, since his elemental burst has a very long casting animation, and while 80 elemental mastery is pretty good, it's generally not worth the 2-second casting animation. So yeah, I think Mihoyo actually knew that Baizhu was not going to be that popular of a character, especially among the waifu collecting player base, myself being guilty of that. So whales that do actually end up whaling for him will whale to literally never actually use him on field. This is also unprecedented in that he is the first character ever to provide the majority of his utility while being completely off field, like literally never being swapped onto the field to do anything. But of course, this is only for whales at constellation 6, but perhaps we might see more stuff like this in the future for lower / more accessible constellations or characters. But that's not really the only way, in my opinion, that Baizhu was kind of screwed over. Let's also talk about the timing of his release. His release was literally right after Honkai Star Rail's release, which I'm certain there's a lot of crossover in the player base due to the overlapping viewers for both my Honkai Star Rail videos as well as my Genshin Impact videos. By the way, do let me know if you're playing Honkai Star Rail in the comments below. Anyway, I can tell you that even as a mega whale myself in Genshin Impact, it's very, very difficult for me to whale in both Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact. It is just prohibitively expensive. And I think a lot of the whales in the Genshin player base feel the same way. Looking at Baizu's day 10 chart sales, it's depressingly low. Despite him being paired with a fairly popular character, Ganyu, for her rerun, this is the 6th lowest banner at this point in time at the 10-day mark in the chart. So yeah, Baizhu was designed in a way for whales to whale to never actually use him, and combined with Mihoyo cannibalizing their own player base's wallets with Honkai Star Rail's release, well, I personally feel like Baizhu got the short end of the stick when it came to his release. Again, I think he's a perfectly decent character in terms of his utility, power level, etc., and he may even be like Kokomi, who became a fairly rarely owned character. Perhaps Mihoyo will also give him the Kazuha and Kokomi treatment, where after a very long time, Baizhu becomes an extremely powerful and sought-after character in the game. But until then, may you be benched forever, literally, for us whales, because his Constellation 6 allows us to literally never swap him in. So let me know what you think about this new design choice for Baizhu as well as just for characters in general. Do you want to see more literally no swap characters in the future, or do you think this should just be reserved for Constellation 6 Baizhu? As always, I appreciate every single one of you. This is I Want to Lose, signing out.